So when we prefer not to harm anyone else because we finally feel safe being ourselves in our own skin, we emerge. We cannot emerge as a naked woman, as Daryl Hannah did in Mermaid, because it will cause a scene, it will cause a stir. So we find ways to be ourselves, yet be among the humans. Hello, welcome back. We are continuing diving through astrology 2 degrees at a time. Today we are on Aquarius Leo 29. Thank you very much for being here as we take a look at insight, symbolism, psychological profiling, these storylines of each of the 360 degrees in the zodiac. Without further ado, let's get into Aquarius 29. A butterfly emerging from a chrysalis, another way to say that, a Luna moth struggling out of its cocoon, a man perceiving the iridescent shimmerings of countless possible lifetimes open to him, an old poetess eating green melons in a shady garden. The sound of water echoes through a great stone room. The stone here is Labradorite, and both will be in the description if you'd like to take a closer look. This speaks to the throat and third eye chakra. It gives us strength, transformation, intuition, a strong stone of protection. It protects against energy vampirism, so it shields our aura. It opens the third eye, enhances communication with our guides. It benefits the eyes, nerves, bones, brain, spinal cord. It increases our intelligence, and it helps us uncover unconscious belief patterns. So the primary focus here, again, we're talking about a butterfly. First we had one with the wing more perfectly formed than the other, but the bright patterns and colors. Here we have a butterfly emerging, so it's the process of. So it is something new and special. The mutation is being born, and it is still very precious and needs protection at this point. So metamorphosis happening, the process of transformation, but a need for protection at the same time. The 29th degree is always a little tricky. It can bring out the shadows of the sign, but it is also a very clairvoyant degree, enhanced psychic abilities. So the way that we protect ourselves here is in a couple of ways. So we've got the wise old poetess. She is in the garden, but she's in the shade garden. So she's found a way to be among people, to be wise, but be protected, be in the shade part of the garden. And she's eating green melons, so she's deriving nourishment from nature, eating the melon. And then she's also providing her truth through coded messages in her poems. So she's telling the truth, but she's doing it in a way that is safe for her, that is nourishing for her. In the garden, eating melons, telling her stories, but doing it in a coded way so that it is open to interpretation, and those who have ears to hear it, eyes to see it, will see it, others will leave her alone. The water echoing in the sound stone room. By going into a quiet space, meditating, we can hear things more clearly. The stone it's an empty room. It's a sound chamber, and we can hear things. They're amplified. So it is someone who has amplified abilities to feel things and to know things, to see things, but they need protection so they can focus and get an accurate sense of what they're hearing, what they're feeling. Finding a way to be truthful, coming out of our cocoon, being the butterfly, being naked, but still being protected at the same time is what we're going for here. So we have an enhanced ability to perceive the subtle feelings and emotions. Whatever's going on in our body, we can sense it at a higher level, and we can sense it in others is going on this degree. Amplified flow of emotions, amplified sense of feeling energies in other people's bodies. We know when they're sick. We know when we're sick. And we have the ability to fix it. We have an enhanced ability to heal ourselves. But because we are living in a world where different is touted as being the way to be, oh, I'm unique, yeah. Really, what is unique and different at first is a freak, okay? And that can come in many forms, but here we need protecting so that we keep being able to be truthful, yet live in a world that really worships uniformity. In many cases, it is a follow the leader environment that we're in. So we listen to our guides, we listen to our dreams, and we follow those orders, because that is what is going to protect us. It's like being a baby kangaroo with its mama. The universe and nature will protect us, but we have to be listening for the subtle communication that's happening. Otherwise, we miss it, and we can be attacked, we can be damaged, we can be slowed down. So an immense ability to feel the subtle energies of life, but also an immense need for protection and nurturing, for knowing what we need in the moment, and it is constantly changing. The ability to alter every single relationship in our lives is available on this degree, but we have to know that we have that ability. So total transformation, and that means if we're not the ones pulling those strings and saying, okay, this is exactly what I want, and we dial it in just right, we could be altered, transformed according to somebody else's specifications. So we want to be diligent, meditate, be calm, protect ourselves the way we need to be protected, listen to the subtle communication, and we follow those orders. The mama kangaroo keeps us safe. Let's take a look at Leo 29. A mermaid has climbed to the rocky shore of a bleak coast. She awaits the prince who will bring her immortality. Another way of saying that, a mermaid emerges from the ocean waves, ready for rebirth in human form. A tiny poisonous frog with a brightly colored body. A mermaid shows sailors to an enchanted island. An inventor of fireworks. A broken sword. The stone here is Aqua or Quartz. It is powerful for channeling, known as solace for the soul. It has a metallic coat of armor which protects our subtle bodies, helps us prevent psychic attacks, strengthens our auric field, transmutes negative energy into positive, peaceful vitality. Both stones speak to the throat and the third eye chakra. So it's opening ourselves up and speaking our truth in a protected way. Both stones talk about protection. Both stones talk about the throat and third eye. So we want to connect with channeling our guides. That is our protection. They keep us safe. On the other degree, we've got a butterfly coming out of a cocoon of a chrysalis. Here we have the mermaid emerging from the water up on the shore. She's taking a look around. So this is not quite formed, which means it could easily go right back into the unconscious, the ocean, and become part of the whole. So again, a need for protection. Yearning for solidity, for concrete, human form. We want to see it. But if we're not careful, we'll lose it all. Let's talk about the tiny, poisonous, beautifully bright colored frog. The frog wants to be itself. And the way that it is safe and it finds its tribe is to be brightly colored, beautiful like the flowers, yet poisonous like the thorn of a rose. So it's taking its cues from nature. It's calling to its brethren because it sees the bright color, but it's immune from the poison. So it finds its tribe and it keeps things away from it that doesn't need to be near it. So it's being out in the light, but it's being safe at the same time. true, in the light, but safe. The mermaid is half human, half fish. That means it could still go either way. It's at that breaking point where it could turn back into a fish, or she could turn into a human. She wants to be human, but not there yet. Great awareness of unconscious feelings and emotions, but also the feelings of humanity, wanting to be a real girl. So it's both. Let's talk about the broken sword. Swords can be a weapon, but also a powerful tool to heal, like in the hand of a surgeon. It's taking a look at everything in a different way and realizing the danger, but also the healing of everything that we deal with. Every relationship with people, with things, could be harmful, could be healing. When we realize that, we can always be safe. We are incredibly strong, like a diamond. We are strong like a diamond, and we have many facets like a diamond. We realize we can always be safe. We don't have to hide. To hide parts of ourselves means we're lying and we're not living fully, and that creates suffering. That creates karma. So it's the need to be as truthful as we possibly can be and keep uncovering more of it, allowing it out, but also knowing how to do it in a safe way, like being a poet. You can say whatever you like, and people just think, ooh, that's flowery talk, or some it'll sink in at a level where they truly understand the depths of your soul. Not everybody will, but on some level they will get it. Yet the poet is safe because it's flowery language, and so they're not attacked as being a witch or a crank. It's finding that sweet spot for each of us. I had a dream, and I will not go into all of it, but one of the symbols, I believe, was the idea of the frog. It was a self-portrait of myself, but it was one of those self-portraits where if you look at it one way, it's a woman in a red dress with a pointed cap. It could be a witch. It could be a frog. Like, there was a weird, the way it was shaped, like it could have been 3 or 4 or more different things. It's like that kind of art where, depending on who you are, the vantage point, where your mindset is, and on any given day, it could be so many things. Yet, it was out in the open. Leave a comment. Did any of you have a dream about any of these symbols? So when we prefer not to harm anyone else because we finally feel safe being ourselves in our own skin, we emerge. We cannot emerge as a naked woman, as Daryl Hannah did in Mermaid, because it will cause a scene, it will cause a stir. So we find ways to be ourselves, yet be among the humans. Being true to our greatest self, our greater self. Keep pulling it out. Keep transforming so that more and more of it comes out. So a constant reforming going on here. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Give me a like if you're enjoying these. Subscribe if you're interested in more information like this, the symbolism, the psychology of astrology. And take care till next time.